Kia ora koutou katoa. I'm joined today by the Minister of Commerce and Consumer Affairs, Dr. David Clark, to detail our next steps for ensuring New Zealanders get a fair deal at the supermarket checkout. Since May, when the government announced its formal response to the Commerce Commission's market study, we've moved swiftly and decisively to increase competition in the retail grocery sector. There's no easy fix for the cost of living, but we're taking a range of actions to ease the pressure on families and also to tackle some of the drivers of the cost of living increases. Our work to increase competition in the grocery sector is a key part of this. In June, we passed legislation to outlaw the use of restrictive covenants and exclusive leases by supermarkets. This will put an end to a practice which meant the duopoly could block competitors from opening up shop in certain suburbs and shopping centres. This makes sense because limiting the supermarket options on offer for consumers severely restricts their ability to shop around for a better range of products and, of course, a better price. Then in July, we announced the establishment of a Grocery Commissioner role to sit within the Commerce Commission. This new industry watchdog will act as a referee for the sector. It will tell us when it suspects there is a problem. The Commissioner will keep a close eye on how government's reforms for the sector are being implemented and provide annual state of competition reviews. They will be able to take action and issue substantial fines where necessary. The legislation to implement this role is expected to be introduced to the House later in the year. Parallel to this, consultation for both the mandatory code of conduct and unique pricing regime has now closed and work is underway to finalise the finished product. Which brings us to today's announcement. Today we can announce that government has finalised its measures to unlock the stockroom doors of supermarkets if the duopoly can't show evidence it has brokered good faith wholesale deals with competitors. Alongside the retail stores, supermarkets have wholesale arms. We have called on the duopoly to open these up to would-be competitors at a fair price. We've said if this does not happen, a regulatory backstop will be triggered. To walk you through that, I'll ask Minister Clark to share with you additional details.
Kia ora everyone, and thank you, Prime Minister. As was just canvassed, alongside the retail stores that supermarkets run, we're talking Foodstuffs and Woolworths here, they have wholesale arms. Government has called on the duopoly to open these up to would-be competitors at a fair price. We see this as a centrepiece of the government's response to addressing competition shortfalls in the grocery sector. And why is that? Well, put simply, if there is no proper access to wholesale goods, there is no incentive for competition to enter the market. We need to address wholesale access because you cannot run a supermarket on empty shelves. We've been clear the grocery sector needs to change so that competing retailers, whether they are independent dairies, smaller chains or a new entrant, can offer a wider range of products at competitive prices. This work will improve competition, and competition will improve prices. Imagine, if you will, being able to do an affordable shop at the local dairy or corner store. I've been very forward in my comments that I expect major grocery retailers to develop wholesale offerings that include a comprehensive range of products at a fair price. And to the duopoly's credit, I acknowledge there has been some progress in this area. But today, I can announce government is creating a toolkit of additional regulatory powers for the Grocery Commissioner and the government to draw on if these wholesale arrangements do not meet the threshold of expectation. These powers will allow the Commissioner to improve transparency and conduct of the major grocery retailers by putting in place a grocery wholesale industry participation code or requiring major retailers to establish a framework for range and price. We are also including new powers for government to step in and demand retailers provide wholesale supply at certain times, including price and range. However, there's nothing, needless to say, to stop supermarkets acting to open access today. They've said they're going to do it, and this legislation proceeds with that understanding. In fact, as I've said before, supermarkets would be well advised to lock in good faith wholesale arrangements on their own terms, since otherwise government will have no problem stepping in to do it for them. We will see a more competitive grocery industry one way or another. Open to questions.
Thank you, Minister Clark. I'll now open the floor for questions.